Securing AWS Amplify identity pools is a critical step in protecting your application and user data. In this guide, we will walk you through the process of securing your AWS Amplify identity pools. First, you need to understand what AWS Amplify identity pools are. Identity pools are storage containers for user identities and provide temporary AWS credentials for accessing AWS services. To secure these pools, you must ensure that only authorized users can access them. To start, navigate to the AWS Management Console and select the AWS Amplify service. Create a new identity pool or select an existing one to secure. The first step is to enable authentication, which can be done using social media, OpenID Connect, or Amazon Cognito user pools. Next, configure the authentication settings to specify the authentication providers you want to use. You can choose from various providers such as Facebook, Google, or Amazon. Make sure to follow the provider's guidelines for setting up authentication. After configuring authentication, you need to set up authorization. This is done by creating IAM policies that define what actions users can perform on your AWS resources. You can create a new policy or use an existing one. Make sure the policy is attached to the identity pool. Another critical step is to configure the identity pool's settings to specify what AWS services users can access. You can choose from various services such as S3, DynamoDB, or API Gateway. Make sure to only grant access to the services that your application requires. To further secure your identity pool, you should enable logging and monitoring. This can be done using AWS CloudWatch, which provides detailed logs and metrics on user activity. You can also set up alerts to notify you of any suspicious activity. Best practices for securing AWS Amplify identity pools include regularly reviewing and updating your authentication and authorization settings, monitoring user activity, and using IAM policies to limit access to AWS resources. In conclusion, securing AWS Amplify identity pools requires careful configuration of authentication, authorization, and logging settings. By following these steps and best practices, you can ensure that your application and user data are protected from unauthorized access.